Welcome to the introduction of the Master and Ph.D. program of China Studies. Our introduction will be divided in 4 parts. The first part is academic plan and course design. The second part is special events of our institute. The third part is what will you gain from our program. The final part is the introduction of the admission process. Let's get started to the first part, academic plan and course design. The duration of master program is 2 academic years. The first year is mainly for course study. In the first semester, you will be assigned a thesis supervisor, and in the end of second semester, you will decide the topic of your thesis and do proposal defense. The second year is mainly for thesis writing. In the end of third semester, you will submit the first draft of the thesis and pass the midterm assessment. And in the fourth and final semester, you will pass the thesis blind review and final defense. The duration of the PhD program is 4 years. The first and last years are the same as the master's degree. During the intermediate 2 years, you must attend international conferences and publish papers to meet the graduation requirements for doctoral degree. And the China Studies program offers 13 courses specifically for international students. Marxism and social science methodology, a study on the theory and practice of socialism with Chinese characteristics. Introduction to China Studies, Chinese philosophy and religions, survey of Chinese history, Chinese economy, Chinese foreign policy, Chinese politics, international public relations, strategies and tactics, the legal system of contemporary China, Oriental management, lecture series on China Studies, interpretation of classical literature and Chinese traditional culture. Besides, you will learn Chinese language during your study and attend field trips outside our campus for every course to expand your horizon. The second part is what are the special events of our China Studies program. Lecture series on Chinese Studies is the most characteristic course of China Studies program. The lecture series covers topics about Chinese economy, Chinese politics, Chinese society, and many other aspects, focusing on hot social issues and inviting the most experienced and insightful scholars in various fields to give you lectures. Here are some pictures of our lectures in the past few years. This is Professor Yang Jiemian from Shanghai Institute of International Studies. Professor Huang Renwei from Shanghai Academy of Social Sciences. Professor Su Changhe from Fudan University. Professor Wang Yiwei from Renmin University. Dr. Robert Kapp from the USA. Dr. Michel Aglietta from France. Dr. Binoda Kumar Mishra from India. As you can see, we have not only Chinese scholars and also scholars and the professors from overseas coming to CISU to give you lectures. This is Professor Yansen Go from Singapore. The second special event of our program is field trips. Course field trips is one of the special events of China Studies program. In order to give students a comprehensive understanding of China's politics, economy, culture, and society, our institute organizes a variety of field trips every semester so that students can have a more personal experience of China. Our institute keeps contact with government agencies, university research institutes, grassroots communities, memorial halls, museums, state-owned and private enterprises, foreign companies, etc., providing valuable visit opportunities for students to deepen their understanding about China from both practical and theoretical perspectives. Here are some pictures of the field trips in the past few years. These are our students interviewing guest scholars on the 6th World Forum on China Studies. This is the field trip to the SMG radio group. The field trip to the Bank of China. The field trip to the Shanghai Hospital of Traditional Chinese Medicine. The field trip to the Court of Hongkou District, where our campus lies. The field trip to Jiading Confucian Temple. The field trip to Shanghai Municipal Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference. The field trip to news agency. To Coca-Cola Company in Shanghai. Also field trip to Bao Steel Factory. Also, in our program, you will have the opportunity to go to international conferences abroad. For example, the Institute of China Studies and the CSPA program of Kyushu University in Japan have been holding joint workshops since 2016. The two parties take turns to host the event every year. For example, in November 2019, the theme of the fourth joint workshop was East Asia and Global Governance. 10 students went to Japan to attend the international conference and reported their research projects. Here are some pictures of our students attending joint workshop in Japan in 2019. Here are the students reporting their projects in Japan. And here's the picture of students attending joint workshop in Sisu in 2018. And let's move on to the third part. What will you gain from our program? First of all, of course, you will get a master or doctor's degree of laws certified by the Chinese Ministry of Education. Second, you will have a comprehensive understanding of China and lay a good foundation for future work or academic research. And more, you will get to know teachers and classmates from all over the world. Here are some pictures of our students in graduation ceremony. And move on to the final part. What is the admission process of our program? For master students, you should send application materials to OISA following the guidance on the official homepage. You will have both written test and interview after your materials were approved. And for Ph.D. students, you should contact supervisor first. Make sure he or she will accept you as Ph.D. student. Then send application materials to OISA following the guidance on the official homepage. You will have interview after your materials were approved. So this is all of our introduction to our China Studies program. If you wish to know more of our program, you can scan this QR code and follow our official WeChat account of Institute of China Studies. Thank you.